friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw Overrun. Ooh, interesting times we're living in, Larson.
Yeah.
In fact, they're so interesting. It's got Vince McMahon on edge.
He's all on edge. He's in the wood.
But before we get to that, I want to say thanks to all the patrons
Yes.
and YouTube channel members out there for supporting Going In Raw. Without you guys, we would be... I'd probably... I don't know if I'd have the balls to walk up to Vince McMahon and say, I hope you learned your lesson. I quit. I'd be like, wow, Vince, Viking Experience, what a great name.
You're like, yeah, I was... no one should ever mention your name ever in any circumstance, in any platform.
Let me make sure that my check cleared. It did? Okay, great. Vince, you're doing awesome. You should never quit. You should always run creative.
Make yourself immortal.
That's what if I was a writer of WWE, I'd be all on board, Vince.
You'd
I'd
be
like,
the
man,
ultimate
you're
yes
great.
man.
Oh, yeah. Because that's really what gets you. You know, that's what gets you the raises.
Gets you the raises, but it kills this, Steve.
What? My
soul.
heart? Well, probably my heart, too.
Yeah, probably that too.
Probably, but no,
You have a
man.
massive coronary.
Oh, what do I care? What do I care? These people are getting paid tons of money. Hey, War Raiders, I'm sorry. Are your checks clearing? Yeah? You're good? All right. Well, then you're going to be called Peanut Butter Jelly Sandwich. What do I care what you're called? Get out there and wrestle. You're doing great. Vince, he's doing great. He built wrestling. He made wrestling.
Money isn't everything, man.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Got to feed my family. What are you going to do to feed your family?
I'm not saying money is important. It's not everything.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do to feed your family? You know, you're going to walk up to Vince and say you're doing terrible?
Open him if my life is miserable.
Yeah.
And I lose my temper.
And then what are you going to do?
I almost fought one of my best friends once. You think I won't go up to Vince and tell him to stuff it if I'm miserable?
He would sock you.
He would what?
Sock you.
It's fine. I'd sue him then.
Oh, wow.
I own WWE now.
Oh, man. So much going on, man.
So anyways, do you want to talk about show today? How was it? Fine? Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it was fantastic. Oh, it was great. Whenever WWE does something spectacularly, hilariously bad, it's always fun to talk about it. Absolutely. It was great today.
Yeah.
You thought it was just okay today?
No, it was good. And I said it was good.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You always come off as underwhelmed. Didn't say, yeah, no, it was really good.
No, I said it was good.
Yeah,
Didn't I say it was good?
You say that about every show, though. Yeah, it was good.
No, I'll really admit when I thought, from my perspective,
once
it was garbage.
Once a week when you come in tired, you'll say, no, I wasn't feeling it today. Otherwise, it's always
I feel like I'm feeling pretty
1 to
honest
10.
with myself.
What was today's show? 1 to 10.
7.5.
1 to 100. What is it?
75.
So it was only a C level show today.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it ever an A level show? Really?
No.
No. Is it ever at least a B plus? Are we not a B plus podcast?
You might have touched the low
Get
80s.
out of here. We're a B plus podcast.
You might have touched low 80s before.
Whatever. Here's non-news. I'm reading some of chat right now. You guys
me too.
Are hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, non-news. So what is this about Vince McMahon being on edge?
So this is apparently from Fightful by way of Sports Kita. So apparently this is what Sean Ross Sapp had to say. I tried to find it on Fightful. This actual article couldn't find it, so maybe it's something he said in the podcast.
There's no actual link there?
No,
it might have been on the actual
podcast or something. So he said, throughout the week, this is Sean Ross Sapp's alleged words from Sports Kita. Throughout the week, several employees have reached out about Vince McMahon being, quote, on edge, from fighting back on questionable booking decisions to finding referees to being on everyone's back at Tuesday's SmackDown. So that's last week. So apparently he's on edge. One reason he might be because Ryder up and quit on his face.
Yeah.
Again, this is Sean Ross Sapp, again, from Sports Kita. So, again, who knows? This is what apparently said in the post-Raw recap show, Sean Ross Sapp, that is. He said, quote, we had a head writer step down, that being Road Dogg, of course, and another writer, Robert Evans, immediately walked to Gorilla.
Movie producer Robert Evans?
No, WWE writer Robert Evans. He quit at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Immediately walked to Gorilla, shake Vince's hand, and say, I hope you learned something tonight, and then quit his job.
Oh, boy.
If that's not indication of the boneheadedness and stubbornness that sometimes go on in that space, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
People are sick of working with Vince.
Nah, man, I would have had Vince's back.
You've been giving him back.
Get out of here, Evans.
You've been there giving back massage.
I hope you learned
Vince,
something.
Vince,
that you're an asshole.
Vince, you look tense. Let me relax you.
Exactly.
You seem on edge.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Buell. I mean, Steve. Oh, thanks, Steve here. Oh, thanks. You're the best. Yeah, I know, Vince. No, you're the best, Vince.
You're the best, Vince. You're a legend.
Man, hey, Vince.
I'm a little peon.
Hey, Vince, here's today's SmackDown script. I've been working it all week.
I wouldn't even wipe my ass with this. You're right. This is no better than the cheapest toilet paper imaginable.
You're right, Vince. You're right.
I'll go back. I'll go stay up all night and rewrite.
No, I'm going to rewrite it right now.
Sure, Vince. What can I do to help? Get the fuck out of here. You got
I'll
it,
do
Vince.
just that, Vince.
Can I get you some coffee, sir? I mean, Vince.
Hold on.
Sure.
Let me make sure my check cleared. Oh, it did? Okay, great.
Here, you may go wash your car, Vince?
Awesome,
Sure.
Vince. Awesome.
Do you need a foot massage? Yeah, Vince,
Do you need a place to rest your feet?
In fact, would you like to sit on me while you rewrite the show?
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah.
That does take some moxie, some balls to, in the midst of Vince chewing you out, to go up to him and shake hands and says, I hope you learned something tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm sure the Robert Evans knows the answer. The answer to that is no.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
That's something you say, I feel like, more for your own satisfaction.
I
than
do
anything
kind of
else.
think that if that story is true, if those events played out, that might have stuck with Vince for a minute. Not that he needs to learn something, but this guy got the last word.
And it's probably a situation where, like, Vince is like, I don't want him to leave. It's like he had, what's the opposite of buyer's remorse?
Right, yeah.
Like, I don't know, but it's like, oh, man. He appreciated the balls of that gesture.
Yeah, that could be too. Oh, man. Yeah, it's I don't know. And on top of that, and God bless him for having the professionalism for not talking shit. But there does seem to be a sort of thing where, I'm not going to say high profile.
Yeah.
But there have been writers who are, have a following on Twitter and will become writers for WWE. Like that Kazim, I forget his last name.
Yeah.
And they'll quit and speak highly of it, but it's like, well, you're only there for a year, so obviously something wasn't to your liking. Otherwise, you'd probably still be there. And they're not stupid; they're not going to burn bridges.
Yeah.
But there's obviously, if somebody's only there for a year, that goes by very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then they leave. There's a reason why they're leaving.
Of course, they're on stream issues on the post show, which seems to always happen.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's also stopped dropping.
I know it's YouTube right now. So sorry, everybody. I don't know what the deal is.
Every goddamn day. Every goddamn day we deal with this
Gosh
freaking
darn
YouTube
overrun
stuff.
post show.
I know. All right. Hopefully nobody lost anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell everybody hit refresh.
Hit refresh.
But it's like it's the same crap. It's like, dude, they just writers just go and they leave and they're fucking sick of it. I couldn't imagine, and it's like, granted, I joke around about it, but getting a paycheck is one thing, and if you're able to separate, but seriously, it's like you work on something, you put a lot of work into it. I don't know how anybody would be able to separate. I just did all this. This is a good way to get this company going, and these are solid ideas.
Well, I didn't think it's even go that far. You like the Road Dogg example, saying that he's staying up all night for meetings and stuff like that.
Why are there writing sessions that go all night long? Why is that the
Vince
thing?
never sleeps. And it's just like, I don't even know if it's a situation where like they have such pride in their work. It's just literally, I spent 40 hours writing this TV show, and then and due to one old man's whims, all that's getting tossed in the garbage. Like, what the hell am I even doing with my time? Sure, I'm being paid for it, but it's just, it seems like it's a pointless endeavor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting money, but you're putting all this time and effort into something, whether you think it's Citizen Kane or not.
Yeah,
and it never sees the light of day.
Yeah.
It's like, from a very basic principle, if you are paid to do a job, I think most people want to be able to put in a position where they can do that job to their fullest.
Yeah.
And if you're in a position where you're working yourself to the bone only for what you do to be torn in half and completely redone, that's incredibly disheartening.
Yeah. I mean, I can only liken it to like my own experience. Obviously we spent a lot of time at Machinima. I can only imagine because we used to work we used to put all of our creative juices into 10 for the win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we really did. Go through all that, jokes that work. I mean, even between the two of us, like going back and forth on, well, does this joke work? Does this not work? Does it cross a line? Especially in the later days when there were certain lines we were like, oh, we probably shouldn't cross those lines. And there was a back and forth between us, and I would get frustrated. I'm like, man, the joke doesn't work if we go in this direction, and you would probably get frustrated too. And then if we were to send that off, we'd come to a compromise, which I don't recall ever being like, oh, no, screw Larson, this compromise doesn't work. We'd come to some sort of compromise that we both agree on, we'd both be happy with.
Yeah.
Send it off to Machinima. They would just, at a certain point, were we ever uploading them?
No, we never uploaded.
No, we never uploaded.
No.
Imagine sending that off, and they're completely changed, so all of our jokes are completely changed into something that we're like, no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's sort of the equivalent. Writers write. Writers are creative.
Yes.
Writers
creative
like
people. Creative people like to create. Yes.
Yeah, and to see their creations, just completely be changed, and it's like, man, my name is on that. It's like, granted, nobody really like. There's a ton of writers at WWE. It's not like they rolled credits where the writer, written by, screenplay
segment
by.
written by, yeah.
But still, oh man, it's like, oh, what did you work on? The War Raiders debut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You mean when you renamed them Viking Experience?
No. You renamed them Eric and Ivar?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So what did you do exactly?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So. Yeah. I think it'd be. You're right. I think it'd be soul sucking. It really would be. I mean, it's one thing to be. I know we had this sort of debate on the show about Triple H and how he would feel about that stuff. I do honestly think that he is probably so busy that he has probably reached the idea that there's only so much I can do.
Yeah, I'm sure he has, but I think it's probably been a process to get to that point. And I'm sure. I'm not saying he is like onks ridden on his private plane rides from show to show about the fate of NXT calls, but he's got to take a moment to think. Well,
I don't know, dude. I wonder. I mean, how involved is he with the creative of main roster?
I don't know.
Do we know that?
I don't know.
Like, we haven't really heard. Oh, this was a triple. I mean, I think that he probably shepherds certain things like.
I think some of the Ronda stuff he was probably at least early on kind of handed on with, but then before handing that off to Vince giving the creative reins to Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm. But he does so much other stuff that I wonder if it's even a thought to him.
So much other stuff's NXT though. So.
And on top of that, look at like who is in prominent positions on like Seth. That's like
his guy.
Totally
a lot of his people.
Finn is his guy. Joe is his guy.
Yeah, a lot of the people that he seems to be fully behind are in prominent positions, which I'm sure he's happy about. But there's got to be something special to nurture someone's career in NXT. Like Joe didn't need to be nurtured or developed in NXT. He should have been brought to main right away.
So Vince is on edge. All right?
Yeah.
Let's say that these reports are true. What's an outcome that would lead to Vince stepping down? What possibility?
It would have to be some massive scandal.
Vince is on edge, or a health thing.
It would have to be. I don't even know if a health thing would be enough to force him, unless it's like he's like comatose. He's in the ICU.
Let me ask you something.
So that's kind of transcends stepping down. It literally have to be I think it has to be some sort of scandal, a scandal of such a magnitude that the stocks would fall far more if he was still the chairman as opposed to if he stepped down. That would be really the only situation where he would willfully step down.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Vince's favorite period of time, maybe second favorite period of time. I think his favorite period of time was probably Attitude Era, because it was just Vince unhinged, Vince unchained.
Well, it's funny. You listen to, especially the Pritchard podcast about Stone Cold '97. It's like he didn't want to be, even back then. Apparently, he didn't want to be on TV. Yeah,
it wasn't until they had no real thought of him being the main TV heel guy.
Yeah,
it just sort of happened.
He didn't want to do it at first.
Was his favorite time Hulkamania?
What era of WWE seems to embody ideal Vince?
Golden Age, Hulkamania. Yeah.
He probably wishes wrestling could still be like that, because that's a wrestling that I think he completely understands.
Yeah.
And while he maybe knows that LeBron James wore suit shorts to a game, so he might think he's hip with the times. But just because he may pay attention to what's going on Twitter or something doesn't necessarily mean he's in tune with the cultural zeitgeist. Because I don't think during the Attitude Era, I don't think that was necessarily Vince pushing. It seems like in a lot of respects he was pushed into heading into that direction.
Seems like it. Yeah, he did it by necessity.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I don't know what it would take. I mean, beyond some sort of physical ailment, but beyond him having a massive cardiac arrest. You know, I mean, I know he's built like a monster, but I mean, I don't know how many drugs do you think he did in his day.
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I really don't.
I mean,
because that shit catches up to you.
Yeah, I mean, if he's unconscious in the ICU, that's not. I mean, in my mind, it's like the only way he would willfully, I think, step down is if he's forced out by investors, which isn't exactly willfully step down, but
yeah,
you know, he would have to say, yeah, I'm resigning.
But given that WWE's making money hand over fist,
it has to be a scandal of such a gigantic magnitude. Yeah,
he would have to be. Let me ask you something. What about this? It's not Robert Kraft going in to those massage parlors. It's Vince McMahon. You don't think that's big enough?
No.
Not big enough.
No. No.
Oh, man. Unless that ends up being a much bigger thing. I think you're right. Yeah. Like an actual sex.
I mean, honestly, if he, I mean, I don't know Vince is a man, but if that was a report, I'd be like, all right, well, that's not terribly surprising. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus, the stream just keeps on dropping and coming back.
Gosh.
I don't know, man. Maybe you guys, just like listen to because I'm just going to re-upload this now.
Yeah.
That's going to be a thing. Gee whiz. Therathabata says sponsors and investors. Our only hope is a bunch of rich guys that don't watch wrestling, and the only one that does is created All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'd like to say, I mean, what change? Let's do this now. Speculate. All Elite Wrestling comes out of the gate hot. Now they're not doing WWE numbers. God, I don't know. Even if they do 1 million,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good, and that's realistic. I mean, given that if they're gonna be on TNT, if the rumors are true,
yeah,
and they're gonna be on TNT, that's gonna turn. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna take a lot for sponsors to think of All Elite. I think as competition. Like everybody's gonna want to be with WWE, and as long as their ratings are where they are, that's not gonna change. But I do wonder do you think public perception, fans' perception matters at all? If people believe that All Elite creatively is where it's at, do you think that matters to Vince McMahon? I kind of think no.
It doesn't until it affects the bottom line.
Yeah, if it affects the bottom line, that's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know, man. We have a Truth Exposed video.
Oh, we do. This one's interesting. Maybe. I don't know. We haven't really watched it, so.
This is, Time Travelers.
I think
we've watched something like this before. It fascinates me. What is your take on some of these things? Like when somebody's walking down the street and they're holding a cell phone.
Definitely not a cell phone. It's fake.
I
mean, it's a real item, but it's not a cell phone.
Did they have devices to help with the hard of hearing back then that were like portable things
maybe
you hold up to hear?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I've seen some of those, man. Some of those people look like the one that's like dressed like a hipster. I think that's fake. I think it's just a dude dressed how he's dressed.
Yeah.
But like the person walking around holding a cell phone.
But like, the image quality is so poor that it's just like, okay, there's someone doing this with something in their hand. Who the hell knows what it is?
Yeah, but
they'd be holding a brick to their head. Who knows?
Why would they be holding it?
I don't know.
You know why? Because people are crazy back then.
It's probably because in the 1800s they thought that might cure something.
because back then, I think it was like in the early 1900s. Did they have film back in the?
No, maybe in the late 1800s.
Because they also didn't diagnose mental health like properly back then. It might have been a person with mental health issues holding up a banana to their head, going,
yeah,
yeah. You know. We're going to look at these, though, and see which of these time travelers are real.
They're all fake.
It's all like evidence of time travel. But there's one that's like just a chair that's floating around. And I'm like, how is that a time traveler?
You don't know. It seems more like a ghost thing.
Let's take a look.
And also, Biff Tannen's in it, so that's evidence of time travel.
That's true, too. We're probably going to get a copyright strike, and the stream's going to die again. I don't know where it is. It might be here. I think I fixed the audio. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So that's cool. It's like a boombox, but a TV.
I see TV's lighting up there. Is there a flux capacitor?
So there's a chair moving.
With some lights flashing.
This is like the scene out of Terminator, I think. If somebody appears in the chair naked, then I'll be into it. I'll be like, oh, cool. Okay, that's a time traveler.
Oh, I think it's just a subscribe button, man. It's not actually evidence of anything.
Well, when does the time travel? Okay, here's time travel. Okay, here we go. I haven't vetted this, by the way. I hope there's not like it's on YouTube though.
So you not been paying attention?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so where is the time traveling happening? He walks up. It's close. Whoa, man!
Fake.
Whoa, man!
Fake.
Oh no, that dude!
I could
at least can phase through.
I could do that in After Effects.
You
Get out of
could
here.
not. You
Yeah,
don't know
I
what you're
could.
talking-
Look at that's so damn fake.
Whoa!
That is garbage.
How is that even time travel, man?
It's not. It's After Effects.
Is it because he has like some sort of phasing device that's
no,
only
it's After
created?
Effects. That is so fake.
That was crazy.
It's just a bad TV filter. That's garbage.
And then what are those people doing? Did he stop talking? Man, that was insane. Okay, now here we go. Screams from a room. What's going on, John? Screams, more screams. There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Whoa, time travel confirmed. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John. John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. Oh, God. And then, look, somebody's on YouTube doing this. Opens it up. Amy, John. John's going to enter the room real quick just to check. Make sure to see what's going on. Wait 1 second. Oh, whoa. Somebody just walked out. It's a time traveler.
It seemed more like a ghost thing.
Yeah, that was like more of a ghost thing. I thought it was about time travelers. John, are you there? So John disappeared. Now John's going to end up.
Is he going to teleport in front of that bus or something?
Are we going to see some old-timey footage of John showing up somewhere?
Maybe he's the one carrying the phone to his head.
I don't know what's going on right now.
It's a still.
This is a still. Okay, so, oh, and then they disappear. Oh, I see. Okay, so what's going to happen is this guy comes, car gets in the way, car turns. Okay, so at some point a truck's going to come and a time-traveling bicyclist is going to show up too. Whoa! Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was like the Flash. And he's all concerned. He's like, whoa. And this person's like, did you see that? Clearly it was a time traveler. So in time, so let's look at this again. So he's going, and then I think this is like an effects reel.
It is.
I'll be honest, I think this is an effects reel.
And there's
Ollie G,
Ollie
and then
G.
look at this. Not allowed to show his face on TV on our show, by the way. I've seen this before. There was another video when I looked up time travel caught on tape.
Yeah.
That said proof that Trump is a time traveler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you think he'd be smarter than? Oh, there we go. Do that. I want to fast forward. This is just Ollie G. All right. Well, I don't think none of that was. I think that was an effects reel.
Yeah. Not impressed by any of that.
There's a show on Netflix that I watched the other day, and honestly, it was because my remote control crapped out on me.
Oh, okay.
Like I turned it on and I was like, oh, this isn't what I want, and then I tried to turn it off and it didn't work. But it's like the world's worst prisons. Right?
Oh.
And the thing is, though, it's like this guy who embeds himself in the world's worst prisons.
All right.
Okay, it's a Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
And he's got like a camera crew with him. And the first one that I was watching was he goes to like one of the world's worst prisons in Costa Rica.
Okay.
The problem is it really didn't seem like that bad of a prison.
Yeah.
People seem pretty mellow there, and I don't know if it was because like the cameras are around or if he had like extra security because he had cameras around. It's for TV. But also the guy came off like a shoot version of Ollie G, where he wasn't trying to be funny, but he was inadvertently funny.
Okay.
So like, for example, there was one bit where they have in this prison a gym, a makeshift gym. It's a room, and they have like some like wooden bars that they then fastened on some 2-liter bottles of like Sprite.
Okay. Yeah.
So they can lift.
Yeah.
Right. And there's like 4 on each side. So whatever that is. And then afterwards, he's like doing it too. And they're all like, a lot of these people are just smiling, and he's like, all right, so like, tell me, like, do you come in here to gain muscle so that you can defend yourself? And they're like, no, it's just stress relief.
Yeah.
It's like pretty difficult being in prison, so it's just stress relief.
Yeah.
He would always try to manufacture
some sort of violence or intentions for violence.
And everybody seemed really cool. Like there was a dude with like a boombox. They were just listening to music, some reggaeton. It was like just super cool. But he was like, all right, so tell me how violent this place is. And they're like, oh, it's pretty relaxed. You know, sometimes some people get out of hand. But it really didn't seem that threatening. So I was like, if I ever go to prison, it'd probably be at that one, Costa Rica. It seems pretty cool. Everybody seems nice there.
All right. Was it like really dirty or run down or something?
It was gross by our standards. Like it would be like, remember so I told you about that hotel that Pacitti stayed at? It was like that.
All right.
You know, there was like there was like urinals.
Yeah.
But like instead of urinals, there were just toilets. So you'd have to sit there and poop.
Yeah.
While like other people were around, and then there was like a gallon of water. You have to flush your poop down.
Oh wow!
So like the toilets didn't work properly.
All right.
So that's gross. Like some of it was gross.
Yeah.
But like by and large, it seemed like a community of dudes who might have murdered some people, but they seem all right.
All right.
Like by and large,
I mean, if you feel like you're going to a prison, your life's pretty much safe. You can deal with some rundown prison. I guess if you got a point in time where you know you're gonna be out of there.
Yeah. Seemed all right. I don't know. The main guy just sort of cracked me up though, because he sort of talked like Ollie G. Yeah. But he wasn't trying to be, funny or clever, but he inadvertently was. It was good stuff. I forget what it was called. Something about prison. It's on Netflix. Somebody mentioned here Love, Death, and Robots. It's an animated anthology.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I haven't seen it.
I saw a couple episodes. It's really good. There's some very violent stuff going on there. Oh, yeah. It's like rated R, yeah.
Goodness.
It's really cool stuff, though. There's like robot boobs in it. And I think I saw a robot peen.
Interesting.
Yeah. Gets pretty sexual.
Xena64 says, truth exposed on Disney conspiracies. Isn't Walt supposed to be cryogenically frozen?
His head?
Yeah. Well, that's all they really freeze, I believe, is the head.
I know you're anti that.
Yeah, not in favor.
I'm on the fence.
Not in favor of it.
I'm on the fence.
I firmly believe that when it's my time to leave this mortal coil, it's my time to go.
No, man.
Death is part of being human.
Hello, Larson. If you recall, my name was Steve. I was your friend. They put my half brain in this body. Half brain? Yes.
Half brain. The part that wasn't freezer burned.
They accidentally took my brain out and ate it. They thought it was lunch.
Adam Darwin says, why do robots need underpants?
Underparts? So they can smash, dude. Robots need to smash, too.
Willism says, flat earth, one take pro and one take anti positions. Is there like a logical pro position to take to flat earth? I don't think there is.
The only one I've ever heard is, well, have you ever seen the curvature of the earth? Have you ever seen
Yeah, you go up high enough, you can, yeah.
Well, yeah, but you personally.
No, not personally. I've never been in an aircraft that's gone high enough in the air. I don't think. Maybe I've never seen an airplane, but I've seen video.
Confirmed.
You watch that video, that Red Bull thing of that dude doing the space jump or whatever. You see the curvature of the Earth.
All elaborate hoax. Here's the thing: you can literally take a GoPro in a fairly resistant balloon.
Yeah, you can do the experiment yourself.
You can look at it yourself.
Yeah,
I've seen videos like that before. Those are great.
J.S. Wooten's with you. He'll go full robot. Stay alive forever.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm all about that. I want to live forever. Death is terrifying. Empty blackness. Empty dark. Forever sleep.
Adam Bennett says, truth exposed on Stanley Kubrick filming the moon landing. Check out documentary Room 237. Really good. I've seen that before.
Yeah, you were kind of a nay on it, weren't you?
Yeah, I really wasn't that into it.
Everything was a big stretch.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
They're trying to find explanations for the movie beyond the most obvious explanation for the movie.
Yeah.
And one of them was Stanley commenting on him doing the moon landing. I'm like, that's a stretch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He says cryogenic. Waymaker says his friend is a professor. He says cryogenic freezing is a fallacy. Yeah, it doesn't really seem. The most disturbing thing about that isn't even like the whole process. The most disturbing thing I've ever heard about that wasn't there a facility that was doing that, and then like the workers there were like like taking the heads out and like using them like for with their baseballs or their baseball bats, or like taking baseball bats.
It was all a big scam.
Yeah, it was all a big scam, and they would just like jack with these things because they knew that they were never going to do anything with them. Who would? That's the most grim shit I've ever heard in my life.
It's pretty grim, man.
Yeah, that's so messed up.
It is.
Anyways, that's it for post show today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Sorry for the stream issues. I'll either re-upload this or not. I'll take a look at it after the fact and see if I need to re-upload it. See how much of it you guys missed. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.